I'm Charlie Culbreth. This morning, we're going to get a visit from Swoop and talk to two cheerleaders about life in the Pac-12.
Coming up, we'll tell you about the University of Utah's attempt to break BYU's record for the world's largest water balloon fight.
All this and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Informing you. News produced by students, for students. Newsbreak. Together, we're making a difference.
Good morning.
And welcome to Newsbreak. I'm Chloe Wynn.
And I'm Matthew Williams. We're going to give you an inside look at homecoming. We'll bring you the latest on the dorm shortage, and I believe Tanner is cooking something up for us in the kitchen.
That's right, but before we get to that, Lexi Jones has more on the water balloon fight.
This field is empty right now, but last week, the Residence Halls Association set up grounds in an attempt to break BYU's record for the world's largest water balloon fight.
Oh, the purpose behind the fight is to beat BYU twice in one day because we know our football's going to win, so we might as well beat their world record too.
It's the world's largest water balloon fight. I would give up anything to be at the world's largest water balloon fight. How about you guys?
I just really want to beat BYU in anything possible.
BYU sucks.
Dude, who wouldn't miss a water balloon fight? This is awesome.
The rivalry between the University of Utah and BYU began in 1922 and has continued since. According to a 2009 study at University of California, Berkeley, rivalry is highest between teams that were similar, had a history of being evenly matched, and had repeatedly faced off against each other.
I like the rivalry because it's like good and fun, competitive rivalry, but Utah's definitely a lot better than BYU in every way.
Well, we're better. It's not really a rivalry. We're just considerably better, so we beat them. We're going to kill them today.
We're going to destroy them. Like, this record is crushed.
The fight lasted for 7 minutes, consisted of 10,000 water balloons, and had over 500 participants. Unfortunately, the water balloon fight fell short of BYU's 2010 record, which brought 3,927 participants. This is Lexi Jones, reporting for Newsbreak.
Thanks, Lexi. Now, the traditional Holy War between Utah and BYU had its kickoff a little early this season. This year, Ute fans drove down to Provo on September 17th to cheer on their team at the LaVell Edwards Stadium. The Utah Utes won the game against BYU with a final score of 54-10. It was a great win for the fans that witnessed it in person, but those that couldn't get tickets to the game didn't miss out on the fun either. Roughly 350 fans showed up to the game on the green. The game was projected live on a screen out by the Union Lawn. The College of Humanities and the Red Riders Motorcycle Club hosted the event. The main goal of the game on the green was to simply bring Ute fans together on campus to experience the game day excitement for all those away games.
Different conferences this year, first time in over 100 years that we've played a non-conference game together, and so we thought, let's make this huge. So that's what we did. We rode the motorcycles down to Provo, harassed some Cougars.
We want people back here on campus. We want them to help support the team and support the school. So we decided to do something completely just out there and show the game on the green. And so here we are. We've got a giant screen, we've got food, we've got students, and so we're good to go.
And although 350 students came to watch the game on the green, the Red Riders wants to get more students to show up at the next Game on the Green event. Tickets were $5 each, and all proceeds of the Game on the Green will go towards the Community Scholarship for Diversity.
The University of Utah and the Red Riders Club hopes to make Game on the Green a tradition on campus. Speaking of on-campus activities, how about homecoming? This week is homecoming at the University of Utah, and with homecoming comes this year's homecoming royalty. But before the king and queen are chosen, Chelsea Hansen takes us on a journey to past homecoming traditions, as well as a look into this year's homecoming.
It's once again time for the University of Utah's homecoming, the annual week of celebration that takes place every fall. This year it is going to begin September 24th and finish off with the Utes playing the University of Washington October 1st. Some activities to look forward to this year are golf tournament, 5K, house decorating, football game, and of course the crowning of the homecoming court. I caught up with Linda Dunn, the homecoming chair, to learn more.
So there's a new process this year for homecoming royalty, and it's bringing back something that was part of the past, which is groups nominating outstanding students that would be great representatives for homecoming royalty. So this year we've had many groups from ASUU to fraternities and sororities, the Benyon Center, groups on campus nominate. But then what's a little bit different is we have a group of alums that are making a selection process for final candidates, but those final candidates will be filmed and put on YouTube, if you will, but an ASUU channel that students will all be able to vote. And so the final royalty this year, I think for one of the first times in a long, long time, will be selected by the students of the University of Utah.
Homecoming brings tradition to the University of Utah. Back in 1947, Colleen Robinson represented the ultimate in university royalty in the Days of 47 parade. Being crowned homecoming queen was and is such an honor.
We all believe that royalty should be students that really represent the University of Utah, which means being really involved in a wide variety of things.
I'm Chelsea Hansen, reporting for Newsbreak.
For a list of those events, you can check out the university website.
And so Matt, I'm really curious to see what Tanner actually has in store for us this morning.
Me too. Let's see what he's cooking up for us in the kitchen.
Thanks, guys. Well, today on this cooking segment of Newsbreak, I'm going to show all the viewers how to make French toast so all the students know of a delicious alternative to their early morning cereal routine. Now, in order to make the batter for the French toast, you're going to need a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of cinnamon, 4 eggs, and a cup of milk. You're going to add this all into a shallow bowl and mix it up to an even consistency. Now, you can substitute the sugar for a little honey or even vanilla. Once that's all mixed up, what you're going to do is take a piece of bread. I usually like whole grain bread. You're going to place it in the bowl and then rotate each side so each side's evenly distributed with the batter. Once that's done, you are going to place it on a griddle like so. And when we come back, I am going to show all the viewers the finishing touches and show you the finished product of French toast.
Well, guys, and I like my French toast with lots of syrup. But first, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get the inside scoop from Swoop and the cheerleaders. Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm here with two of our University of Utah cheerleaders, Zach Nash and Will Parman. Thanks for coming out, guys. So, were both of you with the squad last year?
Yes, sir.
So, what is the difference, or do you notice a difference now that the university has moved to Pac-12 conference?
Really the biggest difference that just stands out is that where we can run flags, they're a little more strict on their rules of how high we can stack our pyramids, things like that. But for the most part, it's still just the same Utah spirit, running around making everybody happy to be at the U game.
So, one thing I'm curious about is, why do you come to college to be a cheerleader? Or did you come to college to be a cheerleader?
We don't really come to college to be a cheerleader. It's not like a major sport that guys aspire to be. It's just kind of fun to do, just to get to be a part of the school and go to the games. We just have really good position on the field to watch the games. It's just kind of something to do, keep us busy.
Nice. So, what's the life like, the daily life of a cheerleader?
Really, it's pretty boring. We go to school just like everybody else, but then at night we go to practice and chuck a bunch of girls in the air.
Chuck a bunch of girls in the air. So, with you throwing all of these girls up in the air, are you afraid that you're going to get hit or anything?
We get hit on a pretty regular basis. We've got a guy out with a concussion right now. I mean, it's not uncommon to just get your clock cleaned.
So, Swoop, what's up with you? So, what's your role in the cheerleading squad? Oh, you just pumping the muscle? You throwing the ladies too? Good. So, You guys are pretty much excited about what you do?
Absolutely, it's
All
a
right.
lot of fun.
Good. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you for that, Charlie. Now, SWOOP is certainly unique, but we also have several non-traditional students here on campus. Joseph Laney has more on the story.
Often mistaken for professors, maintenance workers, even the homeless, non-traditional students make up 1.4% of the population here at the U.
The official definition for the institution for a non-traditional student is a student who has not enrolled at a institution of higher education, has been out of high school for at least 7 years.
Over the last 5 years, we've had somewhere between 40 and up to about 70 new non-traditional students that enter the university system in the fall and in the spring.
My nighttime classes with non-traditional students tend to have a little more interaction. That is, my non-traditional students, I think, with a little more life experience, also being a little older, tend to be more willing to contribute in class.
I returned to the University of Utah to get a degree after a break of 25 years in which I married, raised a family, and started a business, and ultimately decided it was important to me to get a degree. And I was, one of the proudest days of my life was when I walked.
They have a little more insight into, given the experiences that they've had, and their exposure, probably more exposure.
Non-traditional students continue to add their life experience and diversity to our classes here at the U. This is Joseph Laney reporting for Newsbreak.
Last time on Newsbreak, we learned about the shortage of on-campus housing for students. Angela Worley has an update for us on what the University of Utah is doing to solve the problem.
The University of Utah will open its doors to its new resident halls in August of 2012. The Donna Garth Marriott Honors Residential Scholars Community is located at the corner of Mario Capecchi and South Campus Drive. The Marriotts have contributed some of the money for the new construction of the building, and the rest of the funds come from students as part of the mandatory fees. The new resident halls are constructed and designed especially for honor students.
The focus is on increasing the caliber of students, having a higher percentage of students on campus that are honors or honors eligible. And so the concept of we currently have living learning communities, so we currently have honor students that live with other honor students in our residence halls. The missing factor is the connection with the classroom. So it really took a new space that was specifically designed and constructed to be able to merge the classroom environment with their living environment, and that's what this building will do.
So how does this affect all students on campus?
Building this new facility down in kind of that zone of campus really integrate. If an honor student is looking at us versus Stanford, this building is meant to knock Stanford out of the water.
New construction and new life for the University of Utah. This is Angela Worley reporting for Newsbreak.
Resident Services at the University of Utah recommends getting your application in early for next year. Students can access that application through the university website.
The Arts Department and the Film and Media Arts Department have joined forces to create a new phenomenon in dance. Tiffany Justice has more on the story.
I'm Tiffany Justice, and I'm here at the Film and Media Arts Department for the 2011 Dance for Camera Festival.
Interdisciplinary work is becoming more prevalent within the Department of Modern Dance with the establishment of the Dance for Camera Workshop and Festival. The Dance for Camera Workshop and Festival brings together two separate departments on campus, the Department of Modern Dance and Film and Media Arts. Dance for Camera explores the relationship between the dancer and the camera. Ellen Brongberg, the director of the International Dance for Camera Festival, first established it when she was asked to come teach as a screen dance professor here at the U. But one of the challenges she has faced was how to create interdisciplinary courses.
I was drawn to the interdisciplinary work, and so when I came here I started trying to cultivate courses that brought departments and students together.
But she admits it was challenging.
A common metaphor is the silo metaphor of education, where every building has its own specialty and never the two shall cross, but those silos are breaking down, and that's where research gets to be very exciting.
Bringing together dance and film majors. I'm Tiffany Justice with Newsbreak.
You can learn these dances and other dances by joining one of the many classes offered by the U's art department. Do you have your dance moves ready for the homecoming dance?
I think I need to brush up a little. Maybe Swoop can show me some cool moves. So Chloe, that French toast sure smells amazing.
It does. Let's see how Tanner's doing in the kitchen.
All right, welcome back. Now, once the bread is on the grill, you're going to want to toss it and turn until each side is at a golden brown tint. When that is done, it's going to look more like this. And when that happens, you can add butter and syrup to your liking. Other things you can add to it is fruit. You can add jam and powdered sugar. But that's French toast, and enjoy it home.
While Tanner's cleaning up, let's take a look at sports.
Utah traveling down to Provo as they take the field against BYU. And this game was all Utah. Already up 7-0, the Utes force the fumble inside their own 10-yard line. Jump to the second quarter, Utah down by 3 when Jordan Wynn finds tight end Jake Murphy, and he'll bang his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Utes take a 14-10 lead into the half, and then it was all Utah after that. Jordan Wynn with all day to throw, and he gets it to Drez Anderson, who makes the move and gets in for the score. Utah now up 21-10. A little bit later on the kickoff for the Utes. Goes off the face of J.D. Falslip, and the Utes would recover. They can't advance the ball on the muff kickoff, but a couple plays later they would score to make it 30-10 Utah. Later on, Jake Heaps' pass is tipped and picked off by Quad Chappels. That would set up this run by John White III, part of his 173 yards rushing, as the Utes blow out the Cougars 54-10. So let's take a look at the updated standings in the 5th annual Deseret First Duel. With the win, the Utes now have a 10-6 lead in the annual competition between the two teams. The next event on the schedule isn't until December 12th when BYU visits Utah in men's basketball. Moving forward from the rivalry game, the 2-1 Utes now return home to take on Pac-12 foe Washington in the annual homecoming game. The game starts at 5 o'clock Mountain Time, and you can catch it on Fox Sports Net. Reporting from Rice-Eccles Stadium, I'm Matt Coma for Newsbreak.
Thank you, Matt. Reminder that Guardsman Way will be completely closed between 500 South and Sunnyside Drive on Saturday, with the U expanding its tailgating party located southeast of the stadium.
So Chloe, how'd you like having Swoop in here today?
It was awesome. He actually kind of made me a little bit nervous, but it was okay.
Well, that does it for this edition of Newsbreak, the show for students and by students.
Actually, do you want to grab some of that toast?
Sure.
That looks really good.
Oh, was this some of the French toast that Hannah cooked
Yeah.
up? Where's my
I think
syrup?
we're going to need some syrup.
I like mine with lots of syrup.
Thanks for watching us, and have a wonderful day.
Actually, not bad.
This is right?
Yeah, actually, it's pretty good.